YouTube, what up? It's your boy Clipper the Clipper, and I'm back at it. And this topic discussion is going to be really fast. We're going to be talking about these high-paying wage governmental jobs that federally sanctioned. And basically, I just peeped a video called Mystery Wire Returns, and it has a lot of clips in it. And I'm gonna basically tell y'all guys right now in this discussion. It's crazy how crooked and shady Congress, the federal government is, right? This is what we're gonna talk about. Shadiness. We're gonna talk about the psychology of it, the sociology of it, and the whole aspect of life, right? Real fast, because I just seen something. So if you take topics like white privilege, you got the color or the complexion for the election, stuff like that, okay? I want you guys to be very clear what I just seen. I just seen something. It's like kind of breaking or whatever. I don't know if you want to call it breaking. I don't know if other people pick up on certain attitudes and certain stuff, but I picked up on it. So today is supposed to be the day 3i Atlas is supposed to be here, right? You see that the government is quiet. You see the government is letting all of this stuff go out about the UFOs and stuff like that. Now, in law, right, there's a good side of law and there's a bad side of law. If you're a coward and you're a criminal, you're a criminal coward, a coward criminal, and you do cowardly acts, but you take somebody's life, you're not considered a killer or a murderer or like a gangster or something like that. You see what I'm saying? You're considered a coward because it's how you do it. So this has to be one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, right? Due to the fact, and this is going to be a quick video, due to the fact that on this Congress panel, when they're discussing the UFOs, I know those two Spanish women, I know them. The two representatives are originally from New York. One of them, Ocasio Torres or something like that, and the other lady, the other woman that y'all been seeing that's been talking to David Grush and all, and Bob Lazar and all of them, those two women used to reside in Westchester County, right? And I happen to know them because I seen them and I know their family and friends personally. I know their friends and their family personally. What I can't believe is that while I'm watching as they're discussing everything, right? The new people like Dave, what's his name? David Grush, they just tried to kill him. The guy that looks like a lizard, they just tried to kill him. And the other guy that looks like a guitar player, the shorter guy with he had long hair, I guess. He don't have long hair no more. And he kind of like stocky, or maybe he didn't have long hair at all, but he looks like somebody that has the same type of body and build and the same type of, homemade tattoos. Peep game. This is real fast. They tried to kill him, right? And then they rewinded the whole conversation while they was talking to the panel. If you look at the panel is basically mad at them for talking about what they saw in the UFO. And it's crazy because it seems like Congress, as they talking to Congress, and Congress is the girls that I know everything, they getting mad and upset at the people that's just reporting what they supposed to do and making them money and making them jobs. They are sitting up there backdooring. Yes, they are backdooring the other white people, right? I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna keep watching it. But if you notice, the panel is mixed with different indigenousness. I'm gonna just stop it right there. So I'm amending this video together. I'm not gonna snip out nothing. I had to pick up a phone call. Probably in 2 more minutes, I gotta pause it again. But what I was saying is, I know these two ladies, like these two women, and outside of the professional world, they have really bad personalities. They're the bad side of the government. They're the bad side of law. They're the bad side. Like the girl that I know, her whole family is cops and in the federal government and all of that, teachers and all of that, and they crooked and they shady. That's why I show so much animosity towards that whole light-skinned culture, whether it's Arabic, Spanish, Italian, Asian, whatever, Caribbean, light-skinned Caribbean. When you see what I'm trying to show everybody, because when I'm a different color, I get treated a different way, right? But the same the butter people, the light skin, the buttered people, right? Y'all all the same way, 24/7. So I know for a fact that them two chicks know exactly why they tried to kill David Grush. And this is all that they're doing. It's just like court. If you get in trouble when you go to court, all the judge and the prosecutor is doing is going off the incorporeal, is going off the subconscious. Whatever voice they hear as soon as you walk in, if you're guilty or not guilty, they're just gonna go with it. That's why a lot of people get out of jail, right? And they get paid millions of dollars because the intangible voice, the incorporeal voice, that aura that follows certain people, that's called bad luck. It's in the negative. It's the purple chakra. It's the conscious eye, it's the third eye. It finally dies out or it changes. Okay? So nothing is supposed to stick with anybody. Nothing. Nothing is supposed to stick with anybody. The only reason why certain things stick out to our subconscious, incorporeally, intangibly, ghostly, is because other people is keeping the degree. Other people is... You have to understand that. If somebody that you don't know starts to look at you strange, bizarre, upside down, goes cross-eyed, right? That goes hand in hand with the incorporeal, with the intangible. All of a sudden, the only reason why you're having this type of shocking reaction is that you seen me before and I got a wound. Maybe I got a new burn. Maybe I got hair or something. I got my hair back. Or maybe somebody's teeth fell out their mouth. Or they got burned in their face. Or they got bit in the face by a jaguar at the zoo. That's the only reason why physically, in the tangible, in the physical, in the flesh, that you are allowed for your whole personality, for your whole like look, your appearance to change. If you see me instantly, I'm talking about instantly, and I don't know you. Okay, I'll say even if I don't know, even if I do know you, if it changes like that, it's supposed to change that way. If I have something physically wrong with me, such as red eyes, right? Blue eyes, too blue, or maybe they all black and I'm walking around looking like a goblin, right? A light-skinned goblin myself, knowing that I could go to the tan salon and turn ebony black and laugh at anybody at any given time of the season. I just want to show everybody what I know. It's your mannerism. Facts. So if I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden somebody makes eye contact with me and you look like you seen a white angel fall out the sky and God's hand come out the sky and pick them back up right behind my back and I didn't see it, you had a chicken's attack or a hallucination, something like that, that's the only excuse you could give. Otherwise, you are clinically crazy. And it's always a person like me. Like I said, I have the education to pull it out of everybody. So if you want to take me up on my offer, and I'm talking about everybody in New York, every single person in New York, right? Because I know these bitches is grimy. Because I'm getting backdoored right now by the same girl, her family, her family, or the one that ran for whatever she ran for, Alexandria, whatever the bitch's name is, her first name is, Acosta Torres, yes, her right there, her, yes. My whole family, including my father, for years has been getting harassed, thanks to Max Kellerman, by her family. So I already believe everything that's going on. Everything. This is going on the Kai Cenat Nugget page, okay? Where my UFOs is. I'm just letting y'all know that off the rip. These people are on the panel just like a judge, just like a prosecutor, right? and they are hearing something because they're degreed to judge. So anything you do, if you walk in the courtroom with the left leg, right? They'll start with you walking in with the left leg, and then they'll get caught up and gassed up in their own mind, caught up in judgment, caught up in power, caught up in authority, and then whatever you say is not going to matter. They're going to make a laugh. It's called a kid. They're going to make a kid. It's rooted. Root, kid, seed, laugh, children. Okay. They're going to root themselves onto making them laugh, themselves laugh at you, then make a decision that you can't help and laugh harder. That's all it is. And if it don't go their way, they backdoor you to try to get you killed or hurt or something. Facts. I just seen it. I just seen it firsthand. And they got women up there. So they call it Mother Nature, right? So obviously everybody has their own perspective on what exactly a UFO is, correct? Certain people don't know. Certain people won't say. They say it's a weather balloon. Whether it's a government weather balloon by China or it's an earthly weather balloon, they're still telling you the truth. If you see a UFO, right, and you go to that bitch Ocasio Torres, you go to her, right, and you say anything, you're fucking done. Facts, you're done. If you say, yeah, it is a weather balloon, right, it is a weather balloon, and then you say, is it a gray alien turning into a fucking spaceship that's acting like a weather balloon, then you'll get her attention. If you say, yeah, that's probably a USA government balloon or a Russian government balloon, she'll get mad at you and want you dead. Facts. She'll want you dead. Because now you're starting stuff with Russia. Or our ally is Japan. So why do you have this craft in the sky? Because the sky and flying and planes and helicopters, that's all federal. Not necessarily the buses and all that other stuff. The buses and the cabs. They don't care about the buses and the cabs. They care about the air. They care about the flying, the technique of flying. Facts. These bitches went up there, listen to all of the stories. Right? Listen to all of the stories. And participated in the attempt assassination of them. People that's been, she knows who I am. This bitch knows my first name, my last name. She knows how I look and everything. And she just participated. Facts. All of them. They all guilty. All of them. She just participated, both of the bitches, in an attempt assassination on two people that tried to tell the truth. How doesn't that make sense? Listen to what the judge did. Before COVID, the judge locked me up for fighting on the bus. It came back that the dude was sick, and he was sick from taking protein, right? And he took antacids, and he passed up all the seats and sat by me and started breathing in my face right on camera. We fought on camera. I got locked up and I called the police first. I'm the one who called the police first, right? Because he was breathing in my face and he was sick. They locked me up. So when I went to jail, I said, oh, you, and this is what they do. They gave me a new judge from a new county that don't know me, and they gave me my father's old federal lawyer, and I don't have my father's last name. These are the same, this is how they play. This is the women for you, right? I said, oh, so you're going to lock me up for 6 months in 24-hour confinement for a fight on the bus, and he was sick. So basically, you're telling everybody, this is after probation. So you're basically telling everybody that they can kill me, and you won't care. So I went in there, and I beat the shit out of somebody, right? And I said, what? You locked me up for a fight? You see? And now they let me out early. This is my point. This is what we need to do. We need to rally up, right? First of all, we're going to take all of the women, all of y'all bitches, y'all gotta go. You're fired. Facts. You're fired. That's the first thing. If you don't want these 3-Eye Atlas motherfuckers to bomb us or to possess another human race to come bomb us? Yeah, because somebody's going to wake up mad. You see how I wake up mad? And if I had the chance and the opportunity to drop a czar bomber on the United States of America right now with my own two hands, I would do it. You see that? A country is going to wake up one day just as mad as me, since everybody likes to be like everybody, and they're just going to do it because the women don't know what they're doing. Facts. What part don't you understand? Let's not ignore, okay? Let's not ignore the obvious. Because if women was trapped on planet Earth with men and these bitches was our slave and we was killing and torturing and doing all of this worse stuff, right? There would be no more women. So obviously, for a woman to be alive, like I said when I was a little kid, they must have some control or power on this planet. Not just... Yeah, that's the first step. The second step is you got to go to war now. Now you got to go to war. Now the United States of America, once you get rid of the women, unless you're about to make Kamala Harris the president, you make Kamala Harris the president, it's going to be 3-eye Atlas, 4-eye Atlas, 5-eye Atlas, 6-eye Atlas. Yeah, they're gonna blitz this shit. They're gonna blitz it. That's what I'm saying. Y'all have no idea what you're going through. You look at the planet, you look at Earth, right? And they told you the truth. Planet Earth is for degeneration. Degeneration, meaning you have to be about to degenerate. Okay? You have to be generated to degenerate. What these fucking women don't understand is, if something is not generated and you don't start it off, it can't degenerate. Let me give you another example, a more crisp, clear, clean example, so I can shut all of these bitches up, right? And all of you white women, especially you white bitches, the awfulest shit in the world. I'd rather box and punch in a field of shit, doo-doo dung, right? Than to put up with a white woman. I'm dead ass serious. Any type of way, I don't give a fuck if she's beautiful. I don't give a fuck if she looks like Helga. Just get her away from me, okay? I'd rather go to a football field full of shit, horse shit, cow shit, cat shit, dog shit, human shit, and boxing that motherfucker than to be around a white woman. I'm just saying. You have to take that in consideration. You have to take the woman, her whole aspect of the situation, and show her this way. There's a boy over here. He's in a community that's different than him. This boy just expressed himself that he's interested in hanging with a girl, perhaps a girlfriend. He doesn't need many friends. Just look at him. He has a burn on his face, and he's a handsome kid. Okay? Now look what I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you how stupid a girl is, right? This is what I'm saying. And I don't give a fuck. You can take it as however you want. So with this handsome little fellow over here with a burn on his face, right? Are you gonna allow him to have a girlfriend? And if he has a girlfriend, they're talking to the neighborhood. Does him and his girlfriend have to interact with the other kids? Or can they just be alone watching TV upstairs? Not necessarily having sex, but watching cartoons and learning stuff on their own. Listen, now this is what I'm saying. Certain burned kids, certain handsome kids with burns or scars on their face, they can have the girl, and guess what? At a young age, they'll probably be fucking. But then again, it's certain burned, scarred dudes that's not going to be able to start that. Now, the example is the ones that they picked with the burn and the scar on his face, that he's in a relationship with a girl at a young age, and he has no boy or male friends, right? That's how you can start degeneration. You made the couple. It's a boy, a wounded little boy, handsome little fella, and he got himself a little girl. Okay? We give it some time. If it breaks apart, they find other people. That's called they degenerated, right? And then the generation starts with a new couple. Or it completely goes extinct and nobody after the relationship is in a relationship, right? Degeneration. Now, if you have the same boy or a different boy with the same argument, the same degree, and for some reason this boy thinks, because, oh yeah, women, you get your way. You don't want your son to be around certain people, don't you? So just stop it, all right? So this boy, this specific boy, he got to be around all of these dudes first. And maybe when he gets older, right? Maybe when he gets older, he can get a girlfriend. Now wait, hold on. I just don't see nothing but the youth being sucked away from this boy. I mean, we're here to have kids. A boy and a boy not having a kid together. And in the future, you need kids. You need married couples, working class citizens, and children for the future to spawn. So don't you get it now? You get it, right? The community. What community is this little hurt boy in? It's just like the gay stuff. You let certain boys, they don't break their face out. They don't use the green magic and break their face out. They don't make their hair fall of their face. They make sure that their hairline is intact. They keep them nice and light-skinned, nice and silky and oiled up, right? And then they go work out. They bring the gym to them. These are the other little boys, right? The boys that they keep in the expensive houses. These is Puff Daddy's kids, his friends. This is Dame Dash's nephew, his friends. They keep him nice. They keep him in big time, what is it, spoiled? The big time clothing and all that. And then the little handsome cute one that's scared of a scar, he go fuck a transsexual. The transsexual is like 30 and the little boy is like 14. You're caught, New York. Gigi is how old? And Kai Cenat is how old? You're caught. What? When you see Shiva and Vishnu holding something that might look like a UFO, right? What does Shiva and Vishnu have in common? Besides being blue. If one was raised outside and one was raised in the house, because that's another part of this story. One was raised indoors, okay, Vishnu, preserver, guardian, shapeshifter. And one was outside, more native, Shiva. He appeared out of nowhere. What did they have in common? Want me to tell you what they had in common? They were parents. They had children. Brahma is not their father. Brahma is not God. Brahma is not the father of Vishnu. He's not the biological entity father of Vishnu nor Shiva. So as these two blue people is holding this same device, look what it is. Go read up on it. It starts with an S. I'm not gonna keep doing this for you, okay? Go look what it does. Okay? It's a chakra. Okay? It's for children. Okay? Facts. One has it on the left, one has it on the right. In specific pictures. Okay? You see the brutality. You see the brutality of a UFO. Let's just face it. It comes and it strikes certain people. It collects dead animals. Yes, it soils the earth. That's what UFOs do. Certain they blast people. That drink is electric. It's an electric blast. That's what that drink do. You know how you get shot by a bullet and you die? You can get hit by a UFO and not die. I promise you. That's federal education. You got to pay a whole bunch of money. What I'm teaching you right now, you got to pay a whole bunch of money for these lizard men and these tall white aliens to not only show you and teach you, but to show you and teach you. Just saying. I'm just saying. That is the crazy. That's it. How are you up there listening to these men? They scared to death and poured their hearts out. And what you have is you have the men explaining on what they see, but not explaining it to its fullest capacity. Nobody up there came out and said, well, I think it's not an unearthed, outer world thing, a UFO. I think it's gas. I think it is something that's pertaining to a circulation in the earth. That's all they got to say. It's a circuit in the earth that makes it. It's a circuit in the sky. Just like how a wave is made through wind. You can't see the wind, but it's made, and a high tide is made. That's all you got to say. But no, they sit up there for that money, right? For that money, not telling us the truth. And look at the people on Congress. They take full advantage of it. And they act and they call it in good faith. And they try to get people like David Grush, Bob Lazar, and all of them killed because they didn't say the other side of the situation. They only brought up the paranormal side of the situation. That's it. That's a girl's listen, that's a female's discipline. That's when you don't talk too much about the incorporeal, about the subconscious. If you don't tell your parents too much about what you're thinking, they come down on you regardless because something is bothering you. Now, what the woman made the mistake, since you want to discipline people that way, right? You're not understanding that your definition, if it is gas, if it is the earth, it still can kill you by itself. It doesn't need nobody else. That's what God is. Besides science, that's what God is. When a UFO either strikes you and you can live, or it takes you and you're never seen again. You either get taken and you're put in your bed, or you get taken and you're never seen again, or you can get blasted, right? You get blasted and wake up in your bed, or you get blasted right there in the forest and your ass to be laying there, and then eventually somebody's gonna come see you and call the fucking ambulance to come bring you up. You're never gonna die. You're gonna get found. You get hit by a UFO in front of nobody, and that shit wants you to live, you're gonna stay there for as long as somebody's gonna come and get you. You could be there for days, hours, or whatever. It doesn't matter. The UFO hits you, and you're in. That shit is in paperwork. That shit is in books. It's in signed and sealed books. That shit will hit you, and you will be out there until somebody rescues you and puts you back in your bed. Facts. Or that shit is gonna take you, and you're never gonna be seen again. Facts. That's what the women forgot. The women forgot. You keep coming down on discipline, right? You keep coming down on discipline. You're not made for that. You keep coming down on discipline. That ghostly shit that y'all scared of. You know how certain women look in the sky and then they faint. That petrified soul state. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that's it right there. That shit is here. That shit is here on the blaze. You heard? It's here. That shit it's been here too. On the blaze. You don't need 3-Eye Atlas. You had the orbs. The orbs was enough. They arranged, right? They arranged. They were silent and still. They became silent and still. Facts. And they vanished. All that. It's all symbolic. The rhythm of that is your heartbeat. Your heartbeat, just like the star in the sky. Facts. That's where you come from. Your stardust, your star matter. This whole physical flesh and animal flesh is the same thing as a flower, as a tree. Facts. You mean nothing. If you're gonna come back and live the same life again, you mean nothing. Facts. You're gonna experience death. Know that you're dead. This is all education. People that are dead, they know when they're dead, right? And then you know when you come back. Because when you come back, it's the same thing. That's what an omen is. That's why you get lucky. That's why it's deja vu. Now look who forgot. Now look who, it's not the little skinny Ray kid that died a whole bunch of times that's walking around looking like every evil. I look like a skinwalker. I look like a devil. I look like a goblin. I look like a jinn. A jinn is not a good thing or a bad thing. I look like the Pink Panther or who's the purple one? Or am I halal? the halal poison. Remember halal poison? Shiva drank the halal poison. He sacrificed himself for you before y'all tried to re-kill him. Remember the flood came and Shiva had to drink the halal poison. Remember that? Yeah, the purple poison. Yeah, that if the purple poison was to touch anybody else, everybody else would have died. Mankind would have died. But Shiva was the one who took it. Y'all don't remember that, right? And then years later, they cut Shiva on the right side of his face, shave his hair off, and then sacrifice him before Jesus was even fucking thought of. Okay, before he pulled off the magic, got off the cross, the scar went away. He had a Kai Cenat skin transfer. His hair grew back, and he laughed and went back to Brahma. And then he started the pitchfork. He's going like this with the pitchfork to the earth. That's why the Anunnaki is trying to get the gold and patch the holes of the earth. That's what the story is. It's because Shiva is mad. Shiva wants this shit destroyed, and I feel him. He's poking the earth like this, right? And all the other alien entities from the other world, they trying to handle this shit, and they can't. That's why we alive. King Shiva, the silver UFO. The silver UFO. That's the mothership. That's the mothership. Yep, the bigger one. Not the black one, the bigger one. That's it right there. Shiva was turned gray. He was turned gray because Vishnu shapeshifted into his wife and tried to have sex with him. Brahma, it doesn't make Brahma God. He just has magic. Just like Vishnu has magic. Just like Shiva has magic. They can do it to each other. And they do it to each other. That's all it is. One is not more superior than the other, depending on the destination. The destination is Earth. So who has the more authority on Earth? It is Shiva. It's not Brahma. It's not Vishnu. Vishnu is dead. Vishnu is dead. He's a dead god. He's deceased. He's gone. Shiva's not dead. Nor is Brahma. That's what y'all don't understand. Your lifestyle, a rapper's lifestyle, a basketball player's lifestyle, the Hollywood celebrity lifestyle in the house, that's Vishnu's life. That's his life. That was his celestial embodiment. That was his lifestyle. Y'all are cursing yourself. His lifestyle was killed by Root. Who was Rooty? Lord King Shiva. This is what they it's celestial embodiment. They showing you that it's uncontrollable stuff that's happening on planet Earth. And it's called incorporeal. Facts. What part don't y'all understand? That's my point. The incorporeal, it comes for the girls. If it comes for the girls. She bit the forbidden, she bit it first, he bit it second. So if you come get her first, his dumb ass is gonna go. So I'm here waving my hands like this, like hurry up. She over there. Take her. Just take her. Yeah, she did it. And everything like that. That's what y'all doing. Y'all messing up the earth. Y'all put a germ out there. It's like a gay germ. Dead ass. Y'all put a gay germ out there. Everything y'all do. Who is this? Who are y'all? First of all, y'all got a position, and now you heard somebody that was fascinated with a UFO, something that they never seen, and y'all tried to kill him because he didn't say, I think it probably could be chemicals and elements and science made from the earth. That's why they get you killed. Hello. If you go up there and say, well, I think it's scientifically not just the paranormal world or another universe or interstellar or interdimensional. I think it's probably plasma oxidation, vibration and volume taking flight. They never say that about a UFO, ever. It's volume. You feel me? Vibration, volume. Remember chemistry? That's all that joint is. That's all it is. I'm dead serious. Y'all keep thinking, you go look up what Valium is. And I'm talking about when it comes to chemistry and biology and stuff like that. Earth science. Go look up Valium. Not Valium turning up the volume on your TV or your phone. Go look up what Valium does under the pressure of Valium under the earth. It make things take flight. It make things fly. A bird is just using his natural flesh and body and muscle. That's all a bird is doing. Valium is with the Bermuda Triangle. It's used in airplanes. You know, to gas up airplanes. Yeah, that's all it is. So you see it. That's what I'm saying. You see, there's another side of it. And if you don't talk about the incorporeal, if you don't talk about the intangible, you get penalized for certain people, and that's not fair. For you to be so subconscious into somebody and make a judgment like that, that's not fair. Okay? No question is a stupid question. But if you ask me what's an oil change, I'ma laugh. If you ask me if there's a such thing as a boy cat, a male cat, I'ma laugh. You see what I'm saying?